my host Krishna per campus. Today I come with another Sesame Maya topic, and our today topic is discussing health and nutrition. So let's start our Sesame.
Hey there! Thinking about animals still, or onto something new today?
Hello Maya. Today my topic is discussing health and discussing about health and nutrition. So my first question is, what are the key components of our balanced diet for children?
Huh, gotcha. Health and nutrition, that's a good one. Okay. For kids, a balanced diet really boils down to getting a good mix of everything. You need protein for growth, obviously, but also carbs for energy and healthy fats for brain development. Then fruits and veggies for vitamins and minerals. They are a good substitute if there are sensitivities for calcium. And don't forget water. It's easy to overlook that one. Does that make sense as a starting point?
Okay,
Still there?
so my next question
Sometimes.
is, how does proper nutrition impact a child's physical and cognitive development?
Question. Honestly, it impacts pretty much everything. Physically, good nutrition builds strong bones and muscle, a healthy immune system, less sick days. But cognitively, that's huge. The brain is developing so rapidly in childhood, and it needs the right fuel. Like omega-3 fatty acids are critical for brain function, and iron deficiency can actually lead to cognitive delays. It's not just about being smarter, it's about being able to focus, learn, and regulate. You still with me? Just let me know if you want to dive deeper into any of that or move on to something else. No pressure.
Okay, so my next question is, can you explain the role of vitamins and minerals in maintaining overall health?
Okay, vitamins and mineral. Where do I even begin? They're like the tiny but mighty workforce keeping everything running smoothly. Vitamin C boosts the immune system. Vitamin D helps with calcium absorption for strong bones. Iron carries oxygen in the blood. It's a whole system of interconnectedness. Minerals like zinc and potassium are also essential for growth and various bodily functions. Basically, each one has a specific job, and if you're deficient in even one, it can throw things off. And it's a bit like a car. You need all the parts working together, right? Does that give you a general sense of it?
Okay, so my next question is, what are some common nutritional definitions seen in children, and how can they be prevented?
Ah, okay. Getting into specifics. Common deficiencies in kids. Iron is a big one, leading to anemia. Vitamin D is another common one, especially in areas with less sunlight. Calcium deficiencies can affect bone development, and sometimes you see issues with zinc. As for preventing them, a varied diet is key, really. Making sure they're getting enough iron-rich foods like lean meats or fortified cereals, getting outside for some sunlight for vitamin D, and just generally encouraging a colorful plate with lots of different fruits and veggies. Sometimes supplementation is needed, but that's best discussed with a doctor. Does that sound right? We talked a bit about childhood development last time, so I'm guessing you're thinking about this in that context.
Okay,
Hey,
so
are you
my
still
next
there?
question is,
No worries.
how can parents encourage healthy eating habits at home and in school?
Okay, that's a good one. It's a two-pronged approach, isn't it? At home, modeling is huge. Kids copy what they see. So if they see you eating healthy, they're more likely to try it. Get them involved in meal prep. Even little kids can wash veggies. Make it fun. And don't use food as a reward or punishment that can create unhealthy associations. At school, packing healthy lunches is a big one, but also talking to the school about the food options available, advocating for healthier choices. It's about creating a consistent message, you know? Both places reinforcing the same healthy habits. It's definitely a challenge, though. I've heard that from a lot of people.
Okay, so my next question
Just
is, what is the importance of hydration and how much water should children drink daily?
just checking. Check who's mamas. Nice to properly connect a name to the voice. Okay, hydrogen. That's a bit of a jump, but a good question. Hydrogen is like fundamental to life. It's a core component of water, obviously, but also of all the organic molecules that make up our bodies. So, super important on a basic level. Now, water intake for kids, that depends on age and activity level, but a general guideline is around 6 to 8 cups a day. Younger kids need less, teenagers need more. But it's better to offer water throughout the day rather than trying to get them to chug a bunch at once. Encourage it with meals, during playtime, and after activity. They're actually pretty good at regulating their own thirst when given the chance. Does that help?
Okay, so my next question is, how does physical activity complement good nutrition in maintaining a healthy lifestyle?
It's like peanut butter and jelly, honestly. They just work so much better together. Good nutrition provides the fuel, and physical activity is how you use it. Exercise builds strong muscles and bones, improves cardiovascular health, and helps maintain a healthy weight. It also releases endorphins, which are good for your mood. And when you're active, your body is better able to absorb and utilize nutrients from the food you eat. It's a synergistic thing. One boosts the benefits of the other. You can eat all the right foods, but if you're completely sedentary, you won't get the full advantage. Does that make sense? Still with me?
Okay, so my next
Just
question
want
is,
to make sure.
what are the risks associated with excessive sugar and processed food consumption?
That's a really important one. Excessive sugar and processed food, it's a long list of risks, honestly. Obvious ones are weight gain, obesity, and increased risk of type 2 diabetes. But it goes way beyond that. It can contribute to heart disease, tooth decay, and even some cancers. Processed foods are often low in nutrients and high in unhealthy fats, salt, and added sugars, so they basically crowd out the good stuff. In long term, it can really mess with a child's development and overall health. It's a tough one because they're everywhere and marketed so heavily, you know? It feels like a constant battle. Everything all right on your end?
Okay, so my next question is, uh, how can we educate children about reading food labels and making healthier choices?
Okay, that's a great proactive question. Educating kids about food labels, start young. Make it a game. When you're grocery shopping, have them help you compare labels, looking at sugar content, serving sizes, and ingredients. Explain what those things mean in simple terms. Teach them to identify sneaky sugar names, high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, dextrose, all that stuff. Talk about whole foods versus processed foods and empower them to ask questions about what's in their food. It's about giving them the knowledge and skills to make informed choices rather than just telling them what to eat. You could even make a scavenger hunt in the grocery store to find foods with certain nutrients. Does that sound doable?
Okay, so my
Just
next
checking in,
question
still
is,
there?
What role do schools and communities play in promoting nutrition awareness among kids?
That's a big one. Schools and communities have a huge role. Schools can offer healthier lunch options, incorporate nutrition education into the curriculum, and limit the availability of junk food on campus. Communities can create safe spaces for physical activity, like parks and bike paths. They can also support local farmers markets and community gardens, increasing access to fresh, healthy produce. And really, it's about creating a culture of health where healthy choices are the easy choices. It takes a collective effort, you know? Schools, families, community organizations, everyone working together. And honestly, it's a system that often needs work, but the potential is there. Still here, customers. Just letting you know.
Okay, so my next question is, what can we address culture and barriers to healthy eating?
Okay, that's a really important and nuanced question. Culture plays a massive role in food choices, right? Food is often tied to traditions, celebrations, and family identity. So you can't just tell someone their cultural foods are unhealthy. That's that's disrespectful and ineffective. Instead, it's about finding ways to adapt traditional recipes to be healthier, maybe using less oil or substituting ingredients. Socioeconomic barriers are huge too. Healthy food is often more expensive and less accessible in low income communities. Food deserts are a real problem. Addressing these barriers requires systemic change. Things like increasing access to affordable, healthy food, providing nutrition education tailored to different cultures, and addressing food insecurity. It's about recognizing that healthy eating isn't just an individual choice, it's a social justice issue. Does that make sense? It's a lot to unpack, but it's important to acknowledge the complexities.
Okay, so my next question is, what are some practical tips for preparing quick and nutrition meals for busy families?
Okay, quick and nutritious for busy families. Uh, I hear. Meal prepping is your best friend. Spend a few hours on the weekend chopping veggies, cooking grains, and prepping proteins. Sheet pan dinners are amazing. Throw everything on a sheet pan and roast it. One pot meals are also lifesavers. Embrace frozen fruits and veggies. They're just as nutritious as fresh. And don't be afraid to use convenience items like pre cut veggies or canned beans. Just read the labels to avoid added salt and sugar. Simple swaps can make a big difference. And honestly, don't strive for perfection. Some nights, a healthy ish takeout is better than nothing. It's about finding a balance that works for your family. Does that feel realistic? Just checking in. Are you still with me? No worries if you need a moment.
So my next
Great.
question is, how
Anything.
does nutrition affect the immune system, especially in growing a child?
Okay, that's a really vital connection. Nutrition and the immune system are totally intertwined, especially when a child is growing. A strong immune system needs a constant supply of nutrients to function properly. Vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and protein are all crucial for immune cell development and function. Deficiencies in these nutrients can weaken the immune system, making a child more susceptible to infections. And a healthy gut microbiome, which is supported by a diet rich in fiber and probiotics, also plays a huge role in immunity. It's like building a fortress. You need the right materials to make it strong. Good nutrition isn't just about preventing illness, it's about helping the immune system fight off infections when they do occur. Feels like something we've all been focused on a lot these past few years, right? You still there?
Okay, so
Just
my
wanted to
next
make sure.
question is, what strategies can be used to manage picky eating in young children?
Hey, Sam. Good to meet you. Okay, uh, a picky eater. New strategies, you said? Beyond the usual keep offering it thing? How about getting them involved in the cooking process? Not just washing veggies, but letting them choose a recipe or help measure ingredients. Presentation matters too. Make the food look fun and appealing. Cut it into interesting shapes. And don't pressure them to eat. That can actually backfire. Instead, focus on creating a positive mealtime environment. Lead by example and eat a variety of foods yourself. Sometimes it's about the atmosphere as much as the food. Does any of that sound like something you've tried already? It can be really frustrating, I know. Still with me?
Okay, so my next question is, can you discuss the uh, relationship between mental health and nutrition?
Absolutely. That's a really important connection, and one that's getting more and more attention. It's a two-way street, honestly. What you eat can impact your mood and mental health, and your mental health can impact your eating habits. Certain nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, and magnesium are essential for brain function and mood regulation. A diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats can contribute to inflammation, which has been linked to depression and anxiety. And gut health, that microbiome we talked about earlier, is also strongly connected to mental health. But it's not just about nutrients, it's about the ritual of eating, the social connection around food, and even emotional eating. It's complex. Have you noticed a connection in your own life? Just checking I'm still here when you are.
Okay, so my next question is, how important is breakfast for children and what constitutes a healthy breakfast?
Okay, breakfast, it really is important, especially for kids. It literally breaks the fast after a whole night of not eating, giving them the energy they need to focus and learn. Kids who eat breakfast tend to do better in school, have more energy, and are less likely to be overweight. But it needs to be a healthy breakfast. Think whole grains like oatmeal or whole wheat toast, paired with protein like eggs, yogurt, or nut butter. Add some fruit for vitamins and fiber. Avoid sugary cereals and pastries. Those give you a quick burst of energy followed by a crash. A balanced breakfast sets the tone for the whole day. It's tough to get it in sometimes with busy mornings, but it's worth the effort. Still here, Sam? Let me know if
Okay,
you
so
need a
my next
pause or
question is,
want to
what are
change the
the
subject.
signs? So my next question is, what are the signs that a child may be a malnourished or at risk of malnutrition?
Okay, that's a serious and important question. Signs of malnutrition can vary, but some key things to look for are slow growth, weight loss, fatigue, and frequent illnesses. They might seem irritable or withdrawn. You might also notice things like brittle hair and nails, dry skin, or delayed development. If a child is consistently refusing to eat, has a very limited diet, or is showing signs of nutrient deficiencies, that's a red flag. It's always best to talk to a doctor if you're concerned. Early intervention is key. It's tough to think about, but being aware of the signs is crucial. Just checking, or if you want to switch gears.
Dietary needs change as children grow into adolescence.
Okay, that's a good one. But as kids hit adolescence, their bodies are going through a lot of changes and their dietary needs shift accordingly. They need more calories overall, especially during growth spurts. Protein needs increase to support muscle development. Calcium and vitamin D are crucial for bone health. Iron needs also increase, particularly for girls after they start menstruating. They might also start to experiment with different foods and diets, which can be tricky. It's a good time to educate them about making healthy choices and understanding their body's needs. It's not just about quantity anymore, it's about quality. Does that make sense? It's a whole new ballgame compared to toddler nutrition. Still here. Feel free to keep the questions coming when you're ready.
Okay, so my next question is, what role do probiotics and good health play in overall nutrition?
Probiotics. Okay, so the gut microbiome, all those trillions of bacteria in your digestive system, is a huge player in overall health. Probiotics are live microorganisms that can help improve the balance of that microbiome. A healthy gut microbiome aids digestion, boosts immunity, and even affects mood. Probiotics can be found in fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi. They're also available as supplements. But it's not just about taking probiotics, it's also about feeding the good bacteria already in your gut. You do that by eating a diet rich in fiber, fruits, and vegetables. It's like a garden. You need to nourish the soil to grow healthy plants. Does that give you a sense of their role? It's become a really hot topic in nutrition lately, and for good reason.
Okay, so my next question is, uh, how can balanced vegetarian or vegan and diets on to ensure children get all necessary nutrition?
Okay, that's a really important question and definitely doable. Balancing a vegetarian or vegan diet for kids requires a little more planning to ensure they get all the necessary nutrients. Protein is key. You can get it from legumes, tofu, tempeh, nuts, and seeds. Iron is another concern, so focus on iron-rich plant foods like beans, lentils, and fortified cereals, and pair them with vitamin C to improve absorption. Vitamin B12 is only found in animal products, so vegans will need to supplement or eat fortified foods. Calcium and vitamin D are also important, so ensure they're getting enough from fortified plant milks, leafy greens, or supplements. It's definitely possible to raise healthy, thriving kids on a plant-based diet, but it does require a little extra awareness and attention to detail. It's not just about removing meat, it's about replacing it with nutrient-rich alternatives. Does that sound manageable? I've heard lots of parents make it work beautifully.
Okay, so my last question is, give a message to my audience on the topic and discussing health and nutrition.
Okay, here's a message for your audience, Sam. Health and nutrition aren't about strict rules or deprivation. They're about nourishing your body and mind with the things they need to thrive. It's about finding a balance that works for you and your family, making small changes, and celebrating food as a source of joy and connection. Remember, what you eat isn't just fuel, it's the building block of your health, your energy, and your overall well being. Invest in yourself, invest in your health, and make choices that make you feel good from the inside out. I hope that resonates. It was lovely chatting with you today, Sam. Is there anything else I can help with? Oh, all right. Have a good one.
Okay, so viewers, it was our today in Sesame Maya. I hope you like it. See you with another Sesame Maya. Till then, Allah Hafiz.